Samuel Timothy "Tim McGraw is an American singer and actor. Many of his albums and singles have topped the country music charts with total album sales in excess of 40 million units in the U.S., making him the 8th best-selling artist, and the 3rd best-selling country singer, in the Soundscan era. He is married to country singer Faith Hill and is the son of baseball player Tug McGraw. McGraw had 11 consecutive albums debut at #1 on the Billboard Albums charts. 25 of his singles hit no. 1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs or Country Airplay charts. He has also won 3 Grammys, 14 Academy of Country Music Awards, 11 Country Music Association Awards, 10 American Music Awards, and 3 People's Choice Awards. His Soul2Soul II Tour with Faith Hill is the highest-grossing tour in country music history, and one of the top 5 among all genres of music. McGraw has ventured into acting, with supporting roles in The Blind Side, Friday Night Lights, The Kingdom, and 4 Christmases, and lead roles in Flicker and Country Strong. He was a minority owner of the Arena Football League's Nashville Cats. Taylor Swift's debut single, Tim McGraw, refers to him and his song, Can't Tell Me Nothin'. In acknowledgement of his grandfather's Italian heritage, McGraw was honored by the National Italian-American Foundation in 2004, receiving the NIAF Special Achievement Award in Music during the foundation's 29th anniversary gala. Early life: Samuel Timothy McGraw was born in Delhi, Louisiana, the only child of Elizabeth Betty Ann D'Agostino, a waitress, and Frank Edwin Tug McGraw Jr., who would later become a relief pitcher for the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies. McGraw is of Italian and Irish descent on his mother's side, and of Scots-Irish, English, Scottish, French, Dutch, Czech and German descent on his father's side. In 1966, Tug was a pitcher for the Jacksonville Suns, and he lived in an apartment above Betty D'Agostino, who attended Terry Parker High School. The pair had a relationship, and when Betty became pregnant, her parents sent her to Louisiana to live with relatives and to have the baby. Raised by his mother in Start, also in Rickland Parish, east of Monroe, McGraw grew up believing his stepfather, Horace Smith, was his father. From the time of his mother's marriage until the time he met his biological father, his last name was Smith. At age 11, McGraw discovered his birth certificate while searching his mother's closet to look for Christmas presents. After his discovery, his mother revealed that his biological father was Tug McGraw, and took Tim to meet him for the first time. For 7 years, Tug denied being Tim's father. Tim was 18 years old when Tug first realized how much Tim looked like him at that age, and he acknowledged paternity. They remained close until Tug's death in 2004. As a child, McGraw loved to play competitive sports, including baseball, even though he did not know his natural father was a professional athlete. He attended Northeast Louisiana University, now the University of Louisiana at Monroe, on a baseball scholarship, although he never earned a varsity letter. He also became a member of the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity. During his college period, he learned to play guitar, and would frequently perform and sing for tips, although he claims that his roommates often hid the guitar because he was so bad. His mother, Betty, returned to Jacksonville, Florida in 1987, and McGraw followed. He attended Florida Community College at Jacksonville for 1 term, and occasionally sat in with local bands. In 1989, on the day his hero Keith Whitley died, McGraw dropped out of college to head to Nashville and pursue a musical career. Music career, 1990s, Tim McGraw. McGraw came to the attention of Curb Records in 1990. After cutting a demo single, McGraw gave a copy to his father, Tug McGraw. A man who was friends with Curb Records executives heard the demo while driving with Tug McGraw one day and recommended that Curb contact the young singer. Several weeks later, he was able to play his tape for Curb executives, after which they signed him to a recording contract. 2 years later, in 1992, he had his first charting hit with Welcome to the Club off his self-titled debut album. Although the album failed to make much of a dent on the charts, McGraw did have 2 other minor hits from it in 1993, Memory Lane, and Two Step in Mind. Not a Moment Too Soon, his second album, Not a Moment Too Soon, was much more successful, becoming the best-selling country album in 1994. The first single, Indian Outlaw, caused considerable controversy, as critics argued that it presented Native Americans in a patronizing way. Some radio stations refused to play it, but the controversy helped spur sales, and the song became McGraw's first top 10 country single, and reaching No. 15 on the pop chart. The second single from the album, Don't Take the Girl, became McGraw's first No. 1 country hit, and helped cement his image as a ruggedly good-looking guy with a sensitive side. The following year, the album's title track became a No. 1 country single, while Down on the Farm reached No. 2, and Refried Dreams reached a top 5. The album sold over 6 million copies, topping the Billboard 200 as well as the country album charts. On the strength of this success, McGraw won Academy of Country Music Awards for Album of the Year and Top New Male Vocalist in 1994. All I Want, released in 1995, continued his run of success, debuting at No. 1 on the country charts. The album sold over 2 million copies and reached a top 5 on the Billboard 200. I Like It, I Love It reached No. 1 on the country charts as the lead-off single, while She Never Lets It Go to Her Heart also went to No. 1 in 1996. Can't Be Really Gone, All I Want Is a Life, and Maybe We Should Just Sleep on It were all top 5 hits. In 1996, McGraw headlined the most successful country tour of the year, the Spontaneous Combustion Tour, with Faith Hill as his supporting act. Faith Hill broke off her engagement to her former producer Scott Hendricks so that she and McGraw could start dating each other. They then married on October 6, 1996. The couple have since had 3 daughters, Gracie Catherine, Maggie Elizabeth, and Audrey Caroline. Everywhere, McGraw's next album, 1997's Everywhere, again topped the country charts and reached No. 2 on the album charts, selling 4 million copies. 4 singles reached the top of the country charts from the album, with the last of these setting a new record by spending 42 weeks on the Billboard charts. The Country Music Association awarded Everywhere its Album of the Year award for 1997. At the 40th Grammy Awards, It's Your Love received 2 Grammy Award nominations for Best Country Collaboration with Vocals and Best Country Song. A Place in the Sun in 1999 continued McGraw's streak, debuting atop both the U.S. pop and country album charts and selling 3 million albums. It featured another 4 chart-topping singles on the country charts including Please Remember Me, Something Like That, My Best Friend, and My Next 30 Years. Some Things Never Change reached No. 7 on the country chart. He also contributed a song for the Grammy-winning tribute album to Bob Wills, Ride with Bob. His song, a cover of Milk Cow Blues, was recorded as a duet with Asleep at the Wheel, whom he had met while performing together at the George Strait Country Music Festival. McGraw recorded 2 more duets with his wife in the late 1990s, both of which appeared on her albums. Just to Hear You Say That You Love Me, off of her multi-platinum 1998 album Faith, reached a top 5 of the U.S. country charts, while her follow-up and 1999 album Breathe featured Let's Make Love, which would win a Grammy Award in 2000 for Best Country Vocal Collaboration. 2000's Greatest Hits. In 2000, McGraw released his Greatest Hits album, which topped the charts for 9 weeks and sold almost 6 million copies, making it one of the biggest-selling albums in the modern country market. In the latter half of the year, he and Hill went out on the Soul2Soul Tour, playing to sell-out crowds in 64 venues, including Madison Square Garden. It was one of the top tours of any genre in the U.S., and the leading country tour during 2000. While in Buffalo, New York, McGraw and Kenny Chesney became involved in a scuffle with police officers after Chesney attempted to ride a police horse. McGraw came to Chesney's aid after police officers nearby believed the horse was being stolen and tried to arrest him. The two were arrested and charged with assault, but were later cleared. During a concert with the George Strait Country Music Festival several weeks later, Hill, dressed as a police officer, made an unscheduled appearance at the end of McGraw's set and led him off the stage. Set This Circus Down, McGraw's next album, Set This Circus Down, was released in April 2001, and spawned 4 #1 country hits, Grown Men Don't Cry, Angry All the Time, The Cowboy in Me, and Unbroken. He provided harmony vocals for the Joe DiMessina song Bring on the Rain, which he also produced. The song topped the country charts. Hungry for more of his music, fans downloaded a version of his performance of the song Things Change from his appearance at the Country Music Association Awards show. The song was played extensively on radio, becoming the first country song to appear on the charts from a fully downloaded version. Tim McGraw and the Dancehall Doctors. In 2002, McGraw bucked country music traditions by recording his album Tim McGraw and the Dancehall Doctors with his tour band the Dancehall Doctors. Unlike rock music, where it is commonplace for touring bands to provide the music on albums recorded by the artist they support, country albums are typically recorded with session musicians. McGraw chose to use his own touring band, in order to recognize their part in his success, and to capture some of the feel of a real band. All of the Dancehall Doctors have worked with McGraw since at least 1996. They include, Darren Smith lead guitar, acoustic guitar, Bob Minor rhythm guitar, acoustic guitar, banjo, mandolin, Denny Hemmingson steel guitar, electric, baritone, and slide guitars, dobro, John Marcus bass guitar, Dean Brown fiddle, mandolin, Jeff McMahon piano, organ, synthesizer, keyboards, Billy Mason drums, David Dunkley percussion. The album debuted at No. 2 on the country albums charts, with the single Real Good Man reaching No. 1 on the Hot Country Songs chart. She's My Kind of Rain reached No. 2 in 2003, and Red Ragtop reached the top 5. The album also featured a cover version of Elton John's early 1970s classic Tiny Dancer, as well as appearances by Kim Carnes on Comfort Me, and Don Henley and Timothy B. Schmidt of the Eagles on Illegal. She's My Kind of Rain received a Grammy Award nomination for Best Country Vocal Performance Male at the 46th Grammy Awards. Live Like You Were Dying, 2004's Live Like You Were Dying continued McGraw's record of commercial success. The title track, dedicated to his father Tug McGraw, who died of a brain tumor earlier in the year, was a soaring ode to living life fully and in the moment, while the second single Back When was a paean to uneasy nostalgia. Live Like You Were Dying spent 7 non-consecutive weeks at No. 1 on Billboard, and went on to become the biggest hit single of the year. It also became one of the most awarded songs records by winning ACM's Single and Song of the Year, CMA's Single and Song of the Year, and a Grammy. In late 2004, his unlikely duet with hip-hop artist Nelly on Over and Over, a soft ballad of lost love, became a crossover hit, spending 10 weeks atop the top 40 chart. Over and Over brought McGraw a success he had never previously experienced on contemporary hit radio or rap radio, and brought both artists success neither had previously experienced in the hot adult contemporary market. The song also spent a week at the top of the charts in the United Kingdom, becoming McGraw's first British hit single and Nelly's third #1 hit in the country after Dilemma and My Place. Over and Over also reached the top of the charts in Australia, New Zealand and the Republic of Ireland, and the top 10 in Austria, Canada, Denmark, Germany, Romania and Switzerland. Throughout the 2005 NFL season, McGraw sang an alternate version of I Like It, I Love It every week during the season. The alternate lyrics, which changed each week, would make reference to plays during Sunday's games, and the song would be played alongside video highlights during halftime on Monday Night Football. Later in the year, McGraw became a minority owner of the Arena Football League's Nashville Cats when majority owner Bud Adams was awarded the expansion franchise. Let It Go. In April 2006, McGraw and Hill began their 73-concert 55-city Soul2Soul II Tour, again to strong commercial acceptance. The tour grossed nearly $89 million and sold almost 1.1 million tickets, making it the top-grossing tour in the history of country music. It was named Major Tour of the Year by the prestigious Pollstar magazine, beating out such heavyweights as Madonna and the Rolling Stones. In a special gesture, the couple donated all of the profits from their performance in New Orleans to Hurricane Katrina relief. McGraw, along with Kenny Chesney, contributed to a version of Tracy Lawrence's song Find Out Who Your Friends Are, which can be found on Lawrence's album For the Love. Although the official single version features only Lawrence's vocals, many stations have opted to play the version with McGraw and Chesney instead. McGraw released his 11th album, Let It Go, on March 27, 2007. The album's debut single, Last Dollar, reached No. 1 on the Hot Country Songs chart, marking McGraw's first No. 1 single since back when in late 2004. The album debuted at No. 1 on the Billboard Top 200 album chart and No. 1 on the Billboard Country album chart, marking his fourth No. 1 Top 200 album and ninth No. 1 country album. His daughters can be heard singing the chorus during the last few seconds of the song on the video. During the Academy of Country Music Awards show on May 21, 2007, McGraw performed a song titled If You're Reading This, which he co-wrote with the Warren brothers. Several radio stations began to play the live recording of the song. As a result, it entered the Hot Country Songs chart at No. 35. McGraw also produced the debut album of country music duo Halfway to Hazard. The duo's first single, Daisy, peaked at No. 39 on the country charts in the summer of 2007. In the summer of 2007, McGraw and Hill toured together once again in the Soul2Soul 2007 tour. In the January 18, 2008 edition of the USA Today newspaper, McGraw was stated to be featured on the Def Leppard album Songs from the Sparkle Lounge, having also co-written the first single, Nine Lives, with Def Leppard band members Joe Elliott, Phil Collen, and Rick Savage. The unusual pairing goes back to 2006 when McGraw joined Def Leppard on stage for the song Pour Some Sugar on Me, and then collaborated on the song Nine Lives afterward. The album was released on April 25, 2008. At the 2007 50th Annual Grammy Awards, McGraw received 5 nominations including Best Country Album Let It Go, Best Country Song, Best Country Collaboration with Vocals, and Best Male Country Vocal Performance. In May 2008, he hit the road with the Live Your Voice tour. The mainly outdoor arena concert tour was his first solo outing in nearly 3 years. Also in May 2008, he debuted a new song off of his follow-up to Let It Go at the Stagecoach Music Festival in Indio, California. In July 2008, McGraw's 6th single, and the title track of his album, Let It Go, was released to country radio. Following that, a 7th single, Nothing to Die For, entered the country charts at No. 57 in late December. McGraw released his third Greatest Hits package, Greatest Hits 3 on October 7, 2008. The album features 12 tracks. McGraw was set to debut a new song on the 2009 ACM Awards, but then cancelled his performance. He was replaced by Blake Shelton, who sang She Wouldn't Be Gone. Southern Voice. McGraw's 12th studio album, Southern Voice, was released October 20, 2009, and led by the single It's a Business Doing Pleasure With You, which was shipped to radio outlets in late June 2009. Southern Voice was argued to be McGraw's last album for Curb Records, following the dispute over releasing his third Greatest Hits collection back in October 2008 without his permission. McGraw did not approve of the release. On November 30, 2010, Curb Records released his fourth Greatest Hits compilation, Number 1 Hits, 2010s, Emotional Traffic and Curb Records Lawsuit. On January 2, 2011, McGraw announced plans for his Emotional Traffic tour featuring opening acts Luke Bryan and the band Perry. SiriusXM announced on March 30, 2011 that they would be launching Tim McGraw Radio, a commercial-free music channel devoted to McGraw's music, and featuring an in-depth interview with McGraw as well. As of fall 2010, McGraw had finished work on the album Emotional Traffic, his last album with Curb Records. On May 13, 2011, Curb Records filed a breach of contract suit against McGraw. The label alleged that McGraw recorded tracks for his Emotional Traffic album too early prior to its delivery to the label. Several days later, McGraw filed a counter-suit against the label seeking advance payment and recording fund reimbursement, unspecified damages, and a jury trial. A trial is scheduled to begin in July 2012. In November 2011, a judge granted McGraw permission to record music for another label, ending his relationship with Curb Records that began in 1990. A few hours after the ruling, Curb released Better Than I Used to Be, the second single from Emotional Traffic. The album was released on January 24, 2012. 2 Lanes of Freedom. In December 2011, McGraw released his first Christmas single, Christmas All Over the World, on his own label Stylesonic Records. On May 21, 2012, however, he signed with Big Machine Records. McGraw's debut album for Big Machine, entitled 2 Lanes of Freedom, was released on February 5, 2013. It debuted at number 2 on the charts by selling 108,000 copies. The album includes the singles Truck Yeah, One of Those Nights, Highway Don't Care, and Southern Girl. McGraw performed at the C2C, Country to Country Festival in London on March 16, 2013. Love Story and Sundown Heaven Town. McGraw released a single titled Lookin' for That Girl in January 2014 as the lead-off single to an upcoming second album for Big Machine. It was followed immediately by the announcement of the Sundown Heaven Town 2014 tour. The album, titled Sundown Heaven Town, is scheduled for release on September 16, 2014. McGraw's 8th greatest hits album, Love Story, is a compilation of his 12 biggest love songs and 2 previously unreleased recordings. It was released exclusively through Walmart on February 4, 2014, by Curb Records. Acting career. McGraw's first acting appearance came in a 1997 episode of The Jeff Foxworthy Show, where he played Foxworthy's rival. In 2004, McGraw played a sheriff in Rick Schroeder's independent release Black Cloud. Later in the same year, McGraw received critical acclaim as the overbearing father of a running back in the major studio Texas high school football drama Friday Night Lights. The Dallas Observer said the role was played with unexpected ferocity by country singer Tim McGraw. The movie went on to gross over $60 million worldwide at the box office, and sold millions in the DVD market. Most recently, it was named one of the top 50 high school movies of all time by Entertainment Weekly. McGraw's first lead role was in the 2006 film Flicker, which was released in theaters October 20, 2006. In the remake of the classic book My Friend Flicker, McGraw played the father, Rob, co-starring with Alison Lohman and Maria Bello. The family-friendly movie debuted in the top 10 list and has grossed over $25 million at the box office. McGraw again achieved critical acclaim for his acting. Shortly before Flicker opened, McGraw received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His star is located at 6901 Hollywood Boulevard. Near stars in the sidewalk honoring Julie Andrews, William Shatner, and the late Greta Garbo. One of his Flicker co-stars, Alison Lohman, attended the ceremony that included comments from Billy Bob Thornton, McGraw's co-star in the film Friday Night Lights. In addition to acting in Flicker, McGraw served as executive producer of the soundtrack album, which was released by his record label, Stylesonic Records, in association with Curb Records and Fox 2000 Films. It featured the closing credits song My Little Girl, one of the first 2 songs that McGraw recorded that he also co-wrote. The song was nominated by the Broadcast Film Critics for Best Song in a Film, and the movie was nominated in the category Best Family Film. The movie proved to be another success in the DVD market, and has sold over 1 million copies, debuting at no. 3 on the DVD sales chart. McGraw also had a small part in the Michael Mann produced 2007 film The Kingdom, reuniting him with Friday Night Lights director Peter Berg. McGraw played a bitter, angered widower whose wife was killed in the terrorist attack that is the centerpiece of the movie. On November 22, 2008, McGraw made his first appearance on Saturday Night Live. He also played Dallas McVie in 4 Christmases. McGraw appeared in the 2009 film The Blind Side as Sean Duoy, husband of Sandra Bullock, unregistered trademark character, Leanne Tuohy. The Blind Side is based on the true story of Michael, a homeless African-American youngster from a broken home, taken in and adopted by the Tuohys, a well-to-do white family who help him fulfill his potential. For her performance, Bullock won the Oscar for Best Actress in a Leading Role. He is among the stars of Dirty Girl, a film that premiered on September 12, 2010, at the Toronto Film Festival, along with Juno Temple, Milla Jovovich, William H. Macy and Dwight Yoakam. Also in 2010, McGraw starred in Country Strong as James Cantor, the husband and manager of the fictional country singer Kelly Cantor. In addition to his appearance in the film, McGraw's song Southern Voice was played during the closing credits. Charitable efforts. As his success has grown, McGraw has become increasingly interested in giving back to the community. When McGraw first reached fame in 1994, he established his annual Swampstock event. It began as a charity softball game to raise money for hometown Little League programs. The event now includes a celebrity softball game and a multi-artist concert that attracts over 11,000 fans per year. The combined events have funded new Little League parks and equipment, and have established college scholarship funds for students in the Northeast Louisiana area. From 1996 to 1999, McGraw hosted an annual New Year's Eve concert in Nashville with special guests including Jeff Foxworthy, the Dixie Chicks, and Martina McBride. The 1997 show raised over $100,000 for the Country Music Foundation Hall of Fame and Museum. Beginning in 1999, McGraw would pick select cities on each tour, and the night before he was scheduled to perform, would choose a local club and host a quickly organized show. This tour within a tour became known as the Bread and Water Tour, and all proceeds from the show would go to a charity from that community. In the days immediately following Hurricane Katrina, McGraw and his wife, who was raised in Mississippi, joined groups taking supplies to Gulfport, Mississippi. The two also hosted several charity concerts to benefit those who were displaced by the storm. Later in the year, the couple established the Neighbors Keeper Foundation, which provides funding for community charities to assist with basic humanitarian services, in the event of a natural disaster, or for desperate personal circumstances. McGraw is also a member of the American Red Cross National Celebrity Cabinet, to which various celebrities donate their time, skills, and fame, to help the Red Cross highlight important initiatives and response efforts. McGraw has helped out with charity events held by Minnesota Vikings quarterback Brett Favre. The Brett Favre Forward Foundation has featured McGraw performing concerts during dinners and auctions that benefit children with disabilities in Wisconsin and Mississippi. One instance is recorded on Favre's official website. On July 12, 2007, it was made public that McGraw and his wife Faith Hill, while in Grand Rapids, Michigan for a performance, donated $5,000 to Kaylee Kosminski, 3-year-old daughter of Officer Robert Kosminski, a Grand Rapids police officer who was killed on July 8, 2007 while responding to a domestic disturbance. In June 2010, McGraw and his wife Faith Hill organized Nashville Rising, a benefit concert aimed to raise $2 million for the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee in response to the flood in early May that killed 22 people and caused $2 billion in damage. Politics. McGraw, a Democrat, has stated that he would like to run for public office in the future, possibly for Senate or Governor of Tennessee, his home state. In the same interview, he praised former President Bill Clinton. He has referred to himself as a blue dog Democrat, and stated that he supported presidential candidate Barack Obama in 2008. Personal life. McGraw is also a private pilot who, as of January 2013, has logged over a couple hundred hours of flight time. When asked by Country Weekly what his favorite hobby was, he answered that he enjoys flying. McGraw owns a single-engine Cirrus SR-22. Discography. Studio albums: Tim McGraw, Not a Moment Too Soon, All I Want, Everywhere, A Place in the Sun, Set This Circus Down, Tim McGraw and the Dancehall Doctors, Live Like You Were Dying, Let It Go, Southern Voice, Emotional Traffic, Two Lanes of Freedom, Sundown Heaven Town, compilation albums, Greatest Hits, Reflected, Greatest Hits Volume 2, Greatest Hits, Limited Edition, Collector's Edition, Greatest Hits 3, Limited Edition, Greatest Hits, Volumes 1, 2 and 3, Number 1 Hits, Tim McGraw and Friends, Love Story, Filmography, Awards. References. Further reading: Brown, Jim. Sparrow, Susan. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw, Soul2Soul. Quarry Music Books, 2002. ISBN 1-55082-293-4 Gray, Scott. Perfect Harmony, The Faith Hill and Tim McGraw Story. First ed. Ballantine Books, 1999. ISBN 0-345-43412-9, McGraw, Tim. Tim McGraw and the Dancehall Doctors, This Is Ours. Atria Books, 2002. ISBN 0-7434-6706-X, Nichols, Tim, and Craig Wiseman. Live Like You Were Dying. Rutledge Hill P., 2004. ISBN 1-4016-0212-6, Trimble, Betty McMom. A Mother's Story. Goston Auditmore Pub, 1996. ISBN 1-886371-32-6, external links. Official website, Tim McGraw at AllMusic, Tim McGraw at Country Music Television, Tim McGraw at the Internet Movie Database, Tim McGraw at people.com.